Could you beat a Pokemon White 2 hardcore Nuzlocke while using legendary Pokemon? Yes. But what if you could only use legendary Pokemon? Now most of you who have played Pokemon Black and White 2 might think that Cobalion is the first legendary that you could use in a run like this, and you'd normally be right if it wasn't for the Pokemon Dream Radar. This piece of 3DS software launched alongside Black and White 2, and uses the 3DS's augmented reality functions to assist Professor Burnett in her research of the Interdream Zone, a space between dreams and reality that also doubles as my desk. Pokemon caught here are caught in Dream Balls and always have their hidden ability, which is very nifty. When you play the main story of Dream Radar, the player captures the Therian forms of Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus, and can transfer them back to Black and White 2 as soon as the player has received their Pokedex. Unfortunately, 3 Pokemon is that many short of a full team, but Dream Radar has us covered there too. After catching Landorus and beating the game, inserting Generation 4 Pokemon games into the 3DS's cartridge slot will cause Burnett to have a sudden breakthrough, allowing the player to access battles versus the mascots of each game. Diamond unlocks Dialga, Pearl grants Palkia, Platinum gives Giratina, Heart Gold for Ho-Oh, and Soul Silver unlocks Lugia respectively. One little snag here is that despite owning a lot of Pokemon games, I don't actually own Pokemon Soul Silver, and English game prices are interesting lately. Luckily, Dream Radar doesn't care which language of cartridge you use, and that's where this video's sponsor, Baiyi, steps in. Baiyi allows you to order from Japanese websites such as Mercari, Rakuten, and Yahoo Auctions Japan. This means that you could order a Japanese copy of Soul Silver, Baiyi will place the order for you, and then ship it to you internationally. There's currently a promotion in collaboration with Mercari, and after you make your first purchase with them, you can get a 5,000 yen coupon to use on your shipping fee. If that wasn't enough, you can also get a 2,000 yen coupon to use on your first purchase anywhere on Baiyi, with the links found in the description below. So now that we have 8 legendary Pokemon ready to tear up the Unova region, to make this challenge more interesting, we'll be using a modified version of the hardcore Nuzlocke rules. Rule 1, if any Pokemon faints, it is considered dead and can't be used for the rest of our run. If we lose all of our Pokemon in a single battle, our run is over. Rule 2, we cannot catch any Pokemon that aren't legendary, except for the first rival battle in Aspersha City. We can't skip this fight, and it stands between us and the PC where our transferred Pokemon are placed after we receive the Pokedex. This will replace the first Pokemon per route rule in a normal Nuzlocke. Rule 3, we'll start with one of the Pokemon from among the 8 transferred to be our starter after the first rival fight. From there, after each gym badge we earn, we'll pick a random Pokemon from the ones remaining. When other legendary Pokemon become available in the story, we can choose to catch one of them instead. Rule 4, while we can't nickname the Pokemon when they're transferred, we'll give them nicknames as soon as we gain access to the Name Rater in Castelia City, or as soon as I remember, which usually takes a while. Rule 5, we can't use any of the sections of the bag in battle except for Pokeballs to catch a legendary Pokemon. No healing items in battle, no X attacks in battle, no Pokédolls, nothing. Rule 6, we can't level up any Pokemon past the highest level of the next gym leader or Elite Four members. For the Pokemon League in particular, we can enter at no higher than level 58, but after entering we can level up past that. Rule 7, you should follow my Twitch channel, where I stream this whole playthrough and also play other games. It's a good time, I promise. With all those rules out of the way, let's see how this legendary-only hardcore Nuzlocke plays out. We wake up in Aspersha City and go through the standard Pokemon opening fare. Mom finds some reason to kick us out of the house, we meet our longtime friend Chat and find Bianca on a hill, where she offers us a choice between some lame non-legendary pig, snake, and otter. I figure that with over half of our potential real starters being flying type and the other 3 being dragon type, picking Oshawott and forcing Chat to have the grass type Snivy would make for an easier matchup later down the line. As soon as Bianca hands me the Pokedex, I use my vast powers to bridge the gap between dimensions, dumping our new legendary Pokemon into the PC. Once we clear Chat and their grass snake out of the way, I spin for our first Pokemon. The wheel decides on Palkia, and I release all of the weaklings out of my PC, including Oshawott. You may notice that this Palkia is smaller than most. Dream Radar determines the level of transferred Pokemon by how many gym badges the receiving save file has earned, so each legendary we transferred will start at level 5 because we have 0 gym badges. With a deified Pokemon in my pocket, I set out on the very first steps of my journey. Honestly, the first few story beats go off very uneventfully. My mom comments on Oshawott as if I didn't release it just a few seconds ago, and Bianca teaches us how to catch a Pokemon, which seems superfluous. Palkia learns Water Pulse at level 6, and our Stab, Dragon Breath, and Water Pulse are stronger than anything can stand up until the first gym. Sharon's highest level Pokemon is his level 13 Lillipup, so after leveling Palkia to 11 and learning Ancient Power along the way, and leveraging the fact that we have the Ruler of Space and Dimensions on our side, we claim our first badge, the Basic Badge, and with it, our second Pokemon. After adding Dialga to the team and leveling it to about 10, we set out for Burbank City with no losses. After arriving, we level up against the trainers in Burbank Complex until about level 15. Leader Roxy specializes in Poison-type Pokemon which do very poorly against our Steel-type Dialga, who cleans up her team with minimal effort. We acquire our Toxic Badge and spin the wheel again to see which Pokemon joins us next. It lands on Therian Form Thunderous, which rounds out our 2 powerful special attackers with another powerful special attacker. We put that power to use after some acting to clear up some Team Plasma pirates and make our way to Castelia City. Berg turns out to not be home, so we kick Team Plasma out of the Castelia sewer and find Berg in the process, unlocking the next gym challenge. With access to the name raider, Dialga is christened Timothy, Thundurus is named Tiny Legs after his giant cloud claws, and then we name Palkia Purlow because I am nothing if not creative. Unfortunately for Berg's bug-type gym, Purlow and Timothy both learned Power Gem while leveling up to 20, which easily squashes all of the bugs with Timothy's steel typing once again pulling its weight. After witnessing what I can only assume is the birth of a fully formed bug-clown hybrid man, we escape with Berg's insect badge in tow and obtain our 4th Pokemon, Therian Form Tornadus. As a big bird, they are thusly named such, and are a good mixed attacker, but are also the only single-typed Pokemon on the wheel, which means it only has 1 stab bonus for flying type. Between Castelia and Nimbasa, we face down a Braviary who only appears on Mondays, and meet Colrus, who definitely will not be important later. He moves these Minecraft crabs out of our way and we can proceed. I go out of my way to meet a shady man in the desert resort, who gives me some soft sand and fulfills one of my favorite Generation 5 memes, and then we proceed northward. Arriving in Nimbasa, I see that girl from the memes and decide to do a multi-battle with her and Ingo from Pokemon Legends Arceus, and what I assume is a very dedicated Ingo cosplayer who spilled bleach on their costume. After some grinding and forgetting where Elisa's gym is in the sequel, we finally reach her catwalk. One problem with our current team is that we don't actually have any Pokemon that can deal with electric-type opponents. Luckily, Tiny Leg's ability is Volt Absorb, which negates Elisa's Volt Switch shenanigans. After a couple exchanges of blows, we come out of the battle none worse for wear, and claim our Volt Badge in another spin of the wheel. Luigi the Lugia joins our team as the bulkiest Pokemon on the list, a welcome change of pace from the constant string of offensive special attack specialists. Elisa also gives us the TM for Volt Switch, which we teach to Tiny Legs. For our next challenge, we grind up to about level 30 and make for Driftvale City to take on Clay. Purlow's Water Pulse makes short work of all the ground types in the gym, earning the Quake Badge, and learning Earth Power in the process. With 3 remaining Pokemon on the wheel, we give it another spin. With our new Ho-Oh in tow, we name it Ho-Oh, which is Ho-Oh backwards. Finally, with a full team of 6 Pokemon, 5 badges into this playthrough, Clay is keen to show us his Pokemon World Tournament, which is such a fun side mode I'm sure it'll return in every future installment. We participate in a round of Spot the Anime protagonist and emerge victorious, and then make our way to Mistralton City. Along the way, Sharon gives us the HM for Surf, which we then teach to Luigi and Purlow. We make our way through Chargestone Cave and into Mistralton City. After weathering winds strong enough to push a person over a pit in a straight line, Tiny Legs' Shockwave fries Skyla's first two Pokemon, Volt switching into Timothy to take out her Skarmory. With the Jet Badge in tow, we roll for the last of our wheel Pokemon, Landorus. Discount Incineroar wouldn't fit in the nickname limit, so I called him what he is, thus adding Meta Ruiner to our team, swapping out for Big Bird, who hadn't really contributed much with their mono flying type. We made our way through Reversal Mountain in Lacunosa Town uneventfully, where we learn of a super mysterious Pokemon called Kyurem that I'm sure won't show up for anything important later. Bringing our Pokemon to around level 47, we prepare for Drayden. As a Dragon-type specialist, we have no Pokemon who can resist his attacks. After reaching level 46, Timothy learns Roar of Time, and Purlow learns Spatial Rend, their signature Dragon-type attacks. Ho-Oh and Luigi also learn their signature moves Sacred Fire and Aeroblast at level 43. Heading into the gym, our dragons sweep through all the trainers up until Drayden's Haxorus. Not only is it faster than almost every Pokemon on our team, it can boost its speed and offense with Dragon Dance as well. After weighing my options, I bank on Haxorus using Dragon Dance while I go for a Roar of Time. This has the potential to miss, and I have to hope that it knocks out Haxorus. Please hit Roar of Time. Please KO. Love to see it. Clean fight. With a nerve-wracking fight out of the way, Opellucid City gets bombarded with icy blasts. Apparently nobody thought to keep Team Plasma from building a massive gunship in the intervening 2 years, and the Shadow Triad make off with the DNA splicers, which I also don't think will be very important later. Instead of spinning the wheel, I go back to an earlier route and catch Cobalion, one of the legendary Swords of Justice available in the main storyline. While Timothy and Purlow learn Aura Sphere, having a fighting-type member of the team will serve us well against Team Plasma's many dark types, and Cobalion's steel typing will also help defensively. I use my Master Ball that I received from Professor Juniper on it, since there's only Terrakion and Virizion who I could use it on otherwise. I named Cobalion No-Goat because I thought it sounded funny. Given that the upcoming gym leader Marlon is Water-type, I switch out Meta Ruiner for No-Goat. After grinding up some more Autono and reaching level 50, Timothy learns Flash Cannon, and we proceed to Humalao City while Team Plasma freezes the world or whatever. Humalao City never felt like a final gym leader area to me. Maybe it's because I haven't played a whole lot of this game specifically, but leader Marlon only has 3 Pokemon on his team. Speaking of, Tiny Legs is able to Volt Switch out of Caracosta's Smackdown, letting No-Goat switch in and Swords Dance against his Wailord, allowing for even a non-effective Iron Head to take out his remaining Jellicent. With 8 gym badges, I add Giratina to the lineup as our final Pokemon, but I don't make any switches to our party, as I'm comfortable with our current team. Finally going after Team Plasma, we sweep through their grunts and face down Colress aboard the Plasma Frigate. Timothy and Purlow are able to put down his Steel and Electric ensemble using Earth Power and Aura Sphere, leaving Colress to flee Alola and escape prosecution for the war crimes he's just committed here in Unova. We follow their leader into the giant chasm and find TM13 Ice Beam in the cave, which we teach to Luigi, Timothy, and Purlow. While not having Stab for Dragon type, Ice Beam is very nice coverage versus other types, and is overall a very strong move to have. After watching a fun light show performed by Reshiram and Kyurem, we slap the resulting fusion with a few choice flash cannons, and then prepare to fight an old man with a cane, who I don't seem to recall hearing about at all up until this point. Luckily the music clues me into his name so I don't feel awkward asking. After Timothy wipes out the first half of Dennis's team, Ho-Oh fries the second half with Sacred Fire, putting an end to Team Plasma's plan. Finally past Team Plasma and the giant chasm, we speed through Route 23 and Victory Road without much incident. We snag the TM for Flamethrower and teach it to Timothy and Purlow, which reminds me that with only one challenge left ahead, I decide to rework our team to account for the Elite Four's specialties. After I excavate enough blue shards in Reversal Mountain, I teach Tiny Legs Dark Pulse from the Lentimas Town Move Tutor. I also grab the TM for Thunderbolt from chat after our final battle in Victory Road and replace Discharge. I stop by the nearby Strange House and grab the TM for Shadow Ball as well to teach to Luigi. Finally, I delete Strength from Ho-Oh and Waterfall from Luigi as we no longer need them for exploration, and replace them with Iron Head and Roost respectively. As discussed in the rules, we can only enter the Pokemon League with a maximum level of 58. After extincting one last area of its Audino, we enter our final challenge. As the gate locks behind us, from here on it's either victory or defeat. First up is Chantal. Her Ghost-type team is covered by Tiny Legs' Dark Pulse, and Volt Switch moves us out of the way of an oncoming Fire Blast, pivoting into Palkia's 4x resistance to fire. Her Ace Chandelure falls to Palkia's Surf, and her Golurk and Driftbloom similarly fall soon after. Grimsley is next. Being a Dark-type specialist, Cobalion is primed to shine. Swords Dance boosts our attack sharply, and from there, Sacred Sword brings a swift end to each of his Pokemon in turn. 2 down, 2 to go. Caitlin, returning from her starring role in Pokemon Platinum's Battle Castle, is a Psychic-type specialist, which Luigi is well suited to take on. After Thundurus and Luigi get tricky with switching to avoid sleep from Musharna's Yawn, her ace, Gothitelle, is up next, and immediately starts setting up Calm Mind boosts. After Volt switching out, I bring in Timothy, hoping we can outdamage Gothitelle as her psychic attacks could possibly knock out any of my other Pokemon we bring in. Unfortunately, Gothitelle has too much special defense and hangs on, firing off another psychic into a weakened Timothy. Oh. With 1 HP, Timothy clings onto life and fires off a finishing flash cannon, quickly pivoting out to safety and bringing in Luigi to outbulk Caitlin's Reuniclus, and Tiny Legs finishes off her Sigilith. 3 Elite Four members down, Marshall's Pokemon don't fare well against our dragons, and Luigi's Psychic and Flying type make quick work of his Fighting type Cortex. And finally, the final battle against Champion Iris. I was on edge considering she's essentially a powered up version of Drayden, and I think I'll play out the climactic battle in full without commentary. So there you have it. Yes, you can beat a Pokemon White 2 hardcore Nuzlocke using only legendary Pokemon, if you don't count the first rival battle. While I don't think this was one of life's great mysteries, this was my first Nuzlocke that I've ever done on stream, and it is very fun to have a Pokemon playthrough that requires a lot of strategy. While the Pokemon I had were extremely powerful, I still couldn't get complacent. Rest in peace Purlow, No-Goat, and Tiny Legs. You truly were legends up until the end. Thanks for coming with me on this journey, and thanks for watching.